Hi, I'm Lauren Parker, Platinum Premier, and I'm here to talk to you about working your business with intention. So the first thing I think about when I think about working my business with intention is organization. Even if that's a scary word for you, even if that's not your strong suit, make sure you have a planner or a printed out month view calendar to work from each month. You can use this to write your goals on so you can see them in front of you every time you sit down to work, and you can use it to keep lists and to keep track of promotions that Posh is offering, company calls, company trainings that are being offered, as well as any one-on-ones you might have with your upline, any team trainings, and then of course any events that you might book. It's also a great way to be able to quickly look and see when you're available when someone wants to book a party. You also want to make sure that you're carving out time for your business. I am not saying find time to fit it in, because we all know that when we try to do that, it doesn't always work out. So working with intention means deciding when you're going to be able to work on your business, even if it's 15 minutes a day, just to sit down and do a little something for your business that's income producing. The next thing that I want to talk about that actually goes hand in hand with organization is systems. When you sit down to work, if you have 15 minutes, you don't want to spend the 15 minutes rifling through papers or flipping through messages or looking at orders in your virtual office trying to figure out who you should be contacting and what you should be doing with that time, because 15 minutes can go by fast if you don't have a plan. So starting with systems at the very beginning of your business is crucial. I can speak to the fact that if you don't do that, it can be a little rough when you do decide to start a system. So let's talk about some of those systems. The first type of system is really simple, but it can be really daunting for a lot of people. You want to keep track of your expenses. And we all already have an expense as soon as we start our business because we purchased a kit, and that is a business expense. So you want to have something. It could be as simple as a notebook. It could be something like an Excel spreadsheet or something in between, whatever you're comfortable with. But you just want to make sure that you are keeping track of all of the things that you purchase for your business. And you want this because tax time requires that you have all of this information, and also so that you don't overspend in the early stages of your business. Another kind of system that's really important is a tracking system for your funnels. And funnels basically means where people fit in your different categories within your business. Are they someone who you've given samples to, who's a potential customer? Is it someone who has already purchased and is a potential repeat buyer? Is it someone who is a potential host because they're really enthusiastic about the products and maybe would love to earn some free products? Or are they somebody who seems like they would be amazing as one of the first members of your team? So given those funnels, you want to keep track of where people belong. In the very beginning, you're coming up with a list of people you might contact to invite to your launch party. So that's one list. And once you give them samples, you want to keep track of what you've given them. And then when someone purchases, you want to keep track of the fact that they purchased and what they purchased, so that when you're ready to do a follow-up, you have that information right in front of you. And the same goes for hosts. If you ask somebody if they want to host and they said, not right now, but maybe in the future, you want to make note of that. And in the beginning, this can be something really simple like a notebook. Like I said, it can be a spreadsheet, it can be anything in between. It just requires that you can keep up with it. Something I highly recommend actually is Posh Pro. This is in your virtual office. A lot of your orders and things like that will already be imported into it, so that's one less step. And you actually have the opportunity to get a 60-day trial. You just have to opt into it in your virtual office. And this is it's a customer management system. It's a great way to keep track of the last time you communicated with someone, what you communicated with them about, and you can tailor all of the different conversations and the text to the way that you speak so it sounds like you. And speaking of sounding like yourself, the last area you want to pay attention to in terms of being intentional is your self-presentation. And for a lot of us, this is in person, but also online. And I run my entire business online, so I tend to think in terms of social media. But really what you want to be doing is focusing on being engaging, being authentic, and being professional, because this is a business. As far as being engaging, this just means being positive or being relatable, posting about things that are interesting to other people, avoiding venting and being negative unless you want to use the audience filters like on Facebook, for example, so you can continue to share your regular life with your friends and family that are close, but also be able to build a customer base and a team on a social platform. And when it comes to being authentic, that just means be yourself. That's how you've met the people that you already know. That's how you've built your existing network. So of course, be yourself. Don't try to be a different posh consultant you saw on YouTube or be just like your upline. Every consultant has a little something different to offer, so you want to figure out exactly what that is and share that when you're presenting yourself to potentials. And the last thing, of course, is be professional. A lot of us know exactly what that means, but just keep in mind that you want to be conscientious about your content and your tone because you're representing yourself and your business in every social situation, whether it's in person or online. And then the last thing in terms of intention online, I like to point out that there is a scheduler on Facebook. There are scheduling software like SyncShare, Hootsuite, where you can actually schedule your Instagram posts, your business page posts. And this allows you to intentionally plan what kinds of posts you want to share each week. Make sure that you're being consistent because you can plan a post every day, or every day you could have 2 posts in your VIP group, 1 on Instagram, 1 on your business page. They can even be the same post across all platforms. But this way you don't have to remember, you don't have to use your 15 minutes a day if you have that to think of something to post. You can sit down for an hour on Sunday and post for the whole week and just schedule it. And that'll save you a lot of stress, and you don't have to worry about forgetting. And then you can use the time that you've carved out for your business for other things that are income producing. So that's about it. Make sure that you go out there and you try to stay organized, use systems, and pay attention to your self-presentation and the way that you're building your brand as a self-care professional and building relationships. Wishing you the best in your new business.